I'm sure you can see in the video here, the hoop is warped, but I figured out what the problem is. The drum head, the way the hoop's actually not seating correctly with it is what the issue is, because the metal part of the head it's on the other side of it, so it's pulling it down as opposed to being on the wood bearing edge. It's coming across. So I'm going to take that off, see if I can get it straightened out. And also the throw off, I think something broke off here. There's no way to adjust the tension, so I'm going to either switch it out or try to fix it. So, and I'll probably take this off. I'm going to take the head off, sand the bearing edges, and make sure it has snare beds, because I'm not sure on this cheap of a drum if it'll even have snare beds. If it doesn't, I'll hand sand some. Also on the snare drum, you can see that somebody apparently beat on the snare side head, and these snare wires are going to have to be changed. So pretty much everything on this snare drum is going to have to be replaced, but we'll see what kind of result we get after we put the new parts on it. Well, as I suspected, there wasn't much of a snare bed there. You can kind of see a very small dip, and it's only probably about 1.5 inches wide. So I'll smooth these down and get them to better shape, and just sand the whole bearing edge because they're pretty rough. The good thing about covering cheap drums like this, all you have to do is just peel that part of the wrap off, and then you come around the other side and you're done. The tom arm mounts on this thing are pretty jacked up. They've actually come apart, so I'm sure I could repair them, but they're not worth much, so I'm not sure if I'm going to even use them. We'll see. I may just mount one rack tom on a snare stand and not even use the 13-inch, but we'll see. But this is what you can expect with cheap drums. The hardware is obviously cheap too. Another issue common with these entry-level, really cheap drum sets is that the wraps will warp, and you can see here it bubbles up there, sometimes from heat. I'm going to re-wrap these so these will look way better. These cymbals are obviously cheap. They sound like crap. I may try to do some effect cymbals with them, or a stack setup or something, but the way they are, you can't really use them to sound good at all in the current state. The throne is missing a bolt here, so I should be able to figure something out to replace that with. The beater's missing the felt part here. There's a lot of issues, and I knew that because I got them really cheap, and I just thought this would be a fun project to redo them and see what kind of quality I can get out of them after tuning them up with new heads and other repairs.